Library. Hello, Tex Nolan, or Jose on a stick. Jose on a stick. Yeah, there's so many different ways to say that. It's funny anytime, every time. Jeff Dunham came up with a good one there. And yes, I like Peanut and Walter and all of his other characters too. But in either case. And Ahmed, that's the one the wife picked. Alright. Library. I've talked about it in several others. I have talked about it in several different spots on Facebook, in our group session, all kinds of different things. Here's the thing. The library. This guy right here is the library. Okay? You get it at level 16, I think it is. Might be 17. No, 16. Or 15. I can't remember. But somewhere right in there. That library, that is the spot that's going to help you throughout this entire game. Okay? Now, click on it. It has production and delivery. Two different tabs. Production, you start building production. Okay? You add one extra milk, one extra soybean, one extra corn. In my opinion, this is my opinion. This is not everybody's opinion, because everybody's told me they've done this differently and they enjoy doing this and they work both sides of this. Some people say they only work production. Some people say they only work delivery. I'm a person that only works delivery. Okay? Production to me, all right? Click on the little blue eye. Once again, this little blue eye is a key factor behind everything you do in this game. Click on it, and it tells you corn. It gives you +1, +2, +3, +4, +5 for 5 levels. So you get 5 extra corn. Now, if we go over here to corn, into the farming, and look in the field of the corn, you get 10, okay, to start off with. So 5 extra, that's a 50% increase, okay? That's a 150% increase. All right. Say this correctly. The thing of it is that what you will run into is, as you go further along, let's say you get to level 5 and you're doing corn and you have 5 increase, well, that 150 just went to 125%. It dropped. As you keep going, when you get to level 7, that triples your farm capability, because you start off with only 10, and level 7 you get 30. Well, now you went down another 12.5, so now you're 12.5%. Okay? When you go to level 9, which is 4 times the amount of the first one, you go down another half of 12, 6%. So now you're down to 106%. Okay? When you get to level 10, now you're only going up by 1%, because it gave you 5 and you're at 52, so that's 1%. Alright? That's the basics to it. That's the reason why I don't do the production side of the library. Okay? The delivery side. Once again, there's some tricks to this. Okay? As you can see, I'm building coins. Alright? I did build stars on this character, but on my other character, I'm doing nothing but coins. And I start off with the marketplace, because the marketplace pays more than the other 2 locations, the barge or the actual train. When you take the product, divide it by how much it's giving you in product, by how much it's paying you for, how much it's asking for in product, to how much it's paying you for that product, you will find out the market pays more. Okay? Don't go by what the numbers look like on the board. Do the division, do the math. Once again, I said this in another video, this is a mathematical game. Every one of these games is really mathematical if you just do the equations. All right? You follow it by math, you will see that the market pays more. But whenever you're doing the personal tournament, the barge gives you more points towards your actual personal tournament. All right. So you got to weigh it out. What one you're playing for what reason. But it is the market, the train, the barge as far as money. Market pays more than the train. The train pays more than the barge. Simple as that. All right. Now, as far as the stars, I think you level fast enough by just using the market in the first place, because once again, the market gives you more points in the blue stars. So hence, you level faster by just using the market. There's been several players that has switched over from doing what they were doing and filling the barge to just doing the market runs, and they said they went through 2 to 3 levels faster than what they went through one level doing the barge or doing the train. Okay, so once again, that's where this comes into play. I don't see the point in building the blue stars at all, because you level fast enough as it is. And if you level too fast, then you don't have enough material to keep up with the things it's asking you to build. So if you level at a pace and you keep up with everything that's asking you to build, then therefore you will be able to achieve. Now, once again, on this character, I did barge and the market, but you'll see I did more of the market. And once I got the level to the third shelf, I'm still doing the same thing. Once I get to the third shelf, where I have to enter the train into the scenario, I will only do the ink, the books, and the time. I will lower that time because that time will lower by 10 minutes, and how fast it recycles on the actual market. So hence, I will do those. Then whenever I go up again, I will once again do the books and the ink for the barges. And when I get those, that's when I'll come back and finish off topping these guys off. The minute I get the books and the ink for the market, I will come back and top these guys off. Okay? And that's where I'll build my numbers I need to go from 40 to 50 and 40 to 60, 40 to 70, because you need 10 books on each one is what you need. You need 10 points. So you start off with 0 out of 5, so you do 1 out of 5. And what I did was I did the 3 out of 5 for the market on coins, and then I did 2 out of 5 for the barge. And then when I came up to the next level and I started doing these, I did the market first, once again 1 out of 5 for that, and then I went back and did another coin also in the market, and then I went back and did another coin in the barge. So that gave me extra coins, and then I was able to go to the next one. Okay. And then as I kept on going, I keep going back to do the barge and the market. And as you can see, I've got them right now pretty close to being even with everything, which is 4 out of 5 on the market and 3 out of 5 on the barge. And I have the capability now to do these guys, which is build my ink and so forth. And as you can see, I am ready to do one of these across here. I can't do the time yet, but I can do one of these guys. So I will end up doing one of these guys as we're talking right now. So yeah, it costs $469,000. I don't worry about money because once again I did money at the beginning, so I constantly keep on having enough money for whatever I need. I don't run into that hiccup. So let's come down here. I will look to see which one. It don't really matter, ink or books. And I will just select, and now in 31 minutes that will be done. Okay. And now I have to collect the 40 more books for the next one. I guess I should have done books first. I should have done the calculation. Once again, it's mathematical. If I'd done the calculations, I would have realized, hey, I should do books so that way I get more books. I can work on getting more books for the next one. Anyway, but there you go. That gives you how I do the market. Okay? And what's my intentions. Once I get down here, once again, I will do the ink and pens. Okay, even for the train, before I even start filling out the train. And that should give me the next one, which will give me coins again. And increase my coins an additional 25%. It's already increased back here 25%. So I'll just increase 25% on top of that. And know if you add 25%, 25% does not equal 50%. I think it really, by mathematical, it's 25 on top of the 25. Therefore, it will give you like a 43 or 44%. So yeah, it's same way whenever you go to buy something. Everybody tells you, oh, you got 5% off on this, and we'll give you an additional 10% off after you do the 5%. So it's not 10, it's not 5 and 10 added together to make 15. It's 5% off of something, let's say $1, so that'd be 5 cents off. And then after you get that 5 cents off, now you get 10% off. Well, you had 95 cents, now it's 9 cents, so that equals up to a total of 14 cents that you got off, not total 15 cents, what 15% would be. Just to give you an idea. Anyway, there you go. That should help you understand a little bit about the library, why I do the library, what it does for you. It does make it to where you make more money. It does make it to where you get more resources, more bricks, more glass, more rakes, and more saws, which gives you a lot more capabilities to expand and grow. That should do it. Peace, love, and jelly beans, people.